We have all encountered lies. Lies are a common thread in human interaction. Communication science helps us spot deception through language. Analyzing language reveals signs of dishonesty. This essay explores key linguistic patterns of deception. Understanding these patterns develops a critical ear. It helps navigate human communication with discernment. One of the most striking patterns in deceptive language is the tendency for liars to distance themselves from their falsehoods. This manifests as a reduction in self-references, meaning they use fewer first-person pronouns like I, me, and mine. This linguistic distancing serves as a psychological buffer, allowing liars to create a sense of separation between themselves and the lie. They may speak more about others, shifting the focus away from themselves. Consider the case of Lance Armstrong, the once revered cyclist who vehemently denied using performance-enhancing drugs. In his 2005 interview, denying doping allegations, Armstrong's language was strikingly devoid of personal pronouns. He used phrases like the guy and your sample when referring to himself and his situation. This linguistic distancing stands in stark contrast to his 2013 confession, where he finally admitted to doping and used significantly more first-person pronouns. This pattern highlights the subconscious desire to minimize personal responsibility and ownership of the lie. By removing themselves linguistically, liars attempt to create a psychological and emotional barrier between themselves and the fabrication. This subtle shift in language can be a powerful indicator of deception, revealing a subconscious attempt to deflect blame and maintain a facade of innocence. Lies often come with emotional baggage. Guilt, fear, and anxiety can seep into the liar's language, manifesting as an increase in negative language. Words like sorry, hate, or stupid appear more frequently, reflecting the internal turmoil associated with deception. This negativity arises from the dissonance between the liar's true feelings and the fabricated facade they present. Another common pattern is the tendency towards overly simplified explanations. Constructing and maintaining a lie, especially a complex one, requires significant cognitive effort. To ease this burden, liars often resort to simplified explanations, avoiding details that might expose inconsistencies in their story. They stick to the bare minimum, offering vague accounts that lack specifics. Section 4. Tangled words, hidden truths. While some liars opt for brevity, others attempt to bury their deception in a web of words. They may deliver lengthy, convoluted statements filled with irrelevant details, hoping to obscure the truth amidst the verbal clutter. This tactic aims to overwhelm the listener, making it difficult to follow the narrative thread and spot inconsistencies. The complexity of the language serves as a smokescreen, diverting attention from the lie itself. John Edwards, the former US senator who denied fathering a child with his mistress, initially used this tactic. His denials were long-winded and avoided directly addressing the allegations. He spoke in generalities, steering clear of specific details that could incriminate him. This contrasted sharply with his eventual confession, which was brief, direct, and acknowledged the child's existence. This pattern highlights the deceptive power of language. By manipulating words, syntax, and sentence structure, liars can create a false sense of coherence and believability. However, beneath the surface of these complex constructions lies a simple truth. The more effort someone expends to convince us, the more skeptical we should be. Section 5. Recognizing deception in daily life. While the examples of Lance Armstrong and John Edwards illustrate these patterns in high-stakes situations, the principles apply to everyday interactions as well. We encounter deception in various forms, from white lies told to protect someone's feelings to more serious betrayals of trust. By being attuned to the subtle linguistic cues of deception, we can become more discerning listeners and communicators. It's important to note that these patterns are not foolproof lie detection tools. People use language in complex ways, and there is no single linguistic fingerprint that guarantees deception. However, by paying attention to these subtle shifts in language, we can increase our awareness of the potential for dishonesty and make more informed judgments about the information we receive. In a world awash with information, where truth and falsehoods often intertwine, the ability to detect deception is a valuable skill. By understanding the language of lies, we can navigate the complexities of human communication with greater confidence and clarity.